everyone and welcome to a new video. Today we are doing a video for Sserafim, and in this group prediction we're gonna check 3 things out: their current energy, what is in store for their career this year, and any advice and healing messages that come through for them. So I'm not completely familiar with the members, so bear with me when I say their names in the individual section. But with all of that said, let's just jump into this reading and figure out how the group is doing right now. So, what is Sserafim's current energy? How are they doing right now? Oh, that was rough. We have the Queen of Pentacles, Temperance. I'll take it like this. And the Fool. So right now, the girls are riding on a beautiful... Okay, maybe not so beautiful. They're doing pretty well for themselves right now. So the first card that came out, at least facing us, was Temperance. So with this Temperance card, it looks like many of them are trying to reach this harmony. They're trying to be balanced. They're trying to align themselves and put themselves together. Many of them are right now in a place where they feel pretty well. Like they feel like the 5D and their 3D worlds are aligned and they're working together. Also, with this Temperance card, it feels like many of them are pretty patient to make their dreams come true. This is Sagittarius energy, so many of them are in a very good place. Like they're just existing and they're pretty balanced and content with their life. So many of them are in a pretty good state to just learn, expand, and grow. Many of them are in a pretty adventurous mindset, meaning that they're ready to venture in the unknown, learn new things, experience new experiences, go on with their journey and their path. The other thing with this Temperance card is that usually we see this as an angel protecting the individual that is been reading for. So in this case, the group is divinely protected and they're aware of it, so they feel pretty comfortable and pretty confident. These 2 cups make me think of the Star card, so whatever dreams or ambitions the group have right now, they're in a place where they can definitely make them happen, and life will definitely guide them to make those dreams come true. So they're in a pretty good state right now. That's all I'm getting at. They're in a position that they're destined to be in, since we have a Major Arcana card. The other card that we have as well is the Queen of Pentacles. So this kind of shows that many of them are pretty stable, not only with their career, but also with their finances and also with their material possessions. So many of them feel pretty comfortable with where they're at in their life. Also, I feel pretty calm and relaxed and I don't feel rushed. So many of them are going at their own pace. They're not rushing the process. They're not in a competitive state either. Many of them are pretty calm about their career. Whatever expectations they have or whatever goals they have, they're not rushing themselves. They're pretty calm. They're pretty, the 3 C's, cool, calm, and collected. They're pretty grounded and they're very confident about themselves and their path. Also, with this Queen of Pentacles, we have Taurus energy. So they feel slow and steady wins the race. That's probably a motto that they have in their life. Also, they are pretty precise about what they want with their career, and because of that, they're very aware of what path to take. And many of them are not afraid of, my gamer mind came back. It was like grinding and farming, right? They're not afraid of doing the tedious things necessary to make their dreams come true. They don't mind having to practice a lot. They don't mind having to do all of the things that is expected of an idol. They're aware of the job that has to be done. So many of them understand that if something may feel tedious at first, they will pay off at the end. And also with this Taurus energy, it feels like many of them are very, very stubborn. So if their goal is to succeed in the idol life, they will succeed because they will put all their effort and all their energy into it. And it was 4:44 when I said that in the recording, so I do feel that that's a reassurance that they're very stable, very grounded, and very balanced, and that's why there's harmony not only within themselves but with their environment, and that leaves them in a very good place to just succeed in life because they're not resisting to change, and they're they have a goal that they're going forward, and they're aware of the actions that have to be taken to make those dreams come true. Also, with the Queen of Pentacles, it feels like the group is so stable within their career and with where they want to go in their life that they are in a pretty good state to help other people out. So what I mean by that is that they could be very generous, not only with their time, but also with their experience and their advice. They could be in a place and or position in their life where they're doing so well for themselves that they're able to share that abundance with other people. I mean, they're the Queen of Pentacles, so they're doing pretty well for themselves as individuals. Now, the next card that we have is the Fool reverse. So despite all that stability, it feels like many of them are still in a state where they're very cautious and they're kind of afraid on taking leaps of faith, right? There's new beginnings or new paths that life wants to take them for, but they're kind of afraid of venturing into new things. I do feel that because they have a couple of members that have been in the industry for a while right now, many of them have experience enough to know how to be cautious in the industry, so that they don't have this rookie mentality of bring it on, let me just do everything and see what happens, right? They're aware of the consequences of their actions, so they're more cautious about what they do. And I do feel that could be the reason why this Fool is reversed, because those members can give advice to the younger ones and be like, okay, we should be cautious, we should be careful, this could get you in trouble, this other thing can get you in trouble. And this is not like instilling fear in the group and make them be stagnant. If anything, they're just more cautious. I don't feel anything wrong with it necessarily. It just kind of slows their process down a bit when they're entering a new beginning. It doesn't keep them in a bad state. It just makes them be a bit slower towards reaching these new goals and doing new things and being innovative. It takes them a little bit more time to process a change like that, basically. Again, they're very stubborn with whatever it is that they want to do, so it takes a while for external influences to sway them into a new beginning and doing something different, doing something innovative. It takes them a while to trust in these people, trust in these projects or these ideas. So I do feel this could be the reason why the Fool is reversed. It's like they're not that open or welcoming to doing something completely out of their comfort zone. They need to kind of work themselves towards those changes. And there's nothing wrong with that. Now, the last card, which was at the bottom of the deck, seems like currently we have an 8 of Swords energy. So there could be a limiting belief that is getting on the way for this new beginning for the group. And this limiting belief could be because they're not seeing the whole truth, or they're not aware of all the views or sides to this thing that they want to do or this project that they want to go for. With the 8 of Swords, we're talking about someone that feels trapped, or they have themselves in a mental prison. Like they have caged themselves with a specific way of thinking, and it's making it very difficult for them to kind of get out of that mindset. And that mindset is limiting them from doing something new or starting a new project. And the only way that the group can get out of this mentality is just by taking off the blindfold, switching the script, switching like a piece of something in their head, right? Like this is all within their mind. Whatever is stopping them from taking action is within their head. There's nothing in their environment that's holding them back. It's just ideas, doubts, and fears that's holding them back. And this 8 of Swords just kind of talks like the moment you take your blindfolds off, this person right here notices that they're not even trapped. They can walk away from this way of thinking, this mentality, and this baggage that is holding them back. So I don't necessarily feel worried for them. I do feel it's just a matter of time for them to see the power that they carry, the protection that they have, and the new beginning that is being offered to them. So again, I'm not necessarily worried for the group. I do feel that they're doing pretty well, and they're in a very good state as a group. Their way of thinking is pretty good. So let's go on to the next question, which is what is in store for Sserafim's career in 2023? We have full moon in Aries with a fiery climax approaches. So it feels like there's a snowball effect, something's building up, so their success could be doing very well. With this Aries energy, it tells me that their success or something in their career is going to come very quickly. Yeah, we have cardinal moon with be bold and make the first move. So I do feel that the group's career has something very promising for them this year. There is something out there for them that will make them shine as a group, but also as individuals. This Aries energy feels like in 2023, the group is going to be in a place where they will succeed and they will show something that is uniquely them as a group. So they're finally going to find their style or their sound or something that the general public will be able to recognize as, oh, this is Sserafim. So there will be something that will make them, something that will make them individuals, something along those lines. And with this full moon in Aries, it feels like this could be during Cancer or Capricorn season. I don't know when the full moon in Aries is necessarily. Oh wait, hold up, it's a full moon, so that's actually Libra season. I got that wrong. So around September, we might see this success. Their successes go boom, or we're going to see something happen that the group will finally see how the results of their hard work is paying off, or whatever this new project or something that is being offered to them, they will finally take that first step in the initiative to take action towards that with the be bold and make the first move. And also Aries is a cardinal sign, so they're finally taking the initiative and taking that first step into making change in their life and taking action. So again, this feels pretty good. It feels like the group is in a pretty good state, and it feels like for this year the group will definitely have that something big going on for them that could be very successful. So now let's check the individual energies for the group. So hold on. Team Chaewon. Okay, so what is in store for Chaewon's career in 2023? Oh, my ears. So we have pain, love, and sweetness. That's a lot of cards, but it feels very... Okay, I'll say it because it kind of came through. So... since we have pain and then we have love and sweetness, it made me think that in 2023, it's going to be kind of bittersweet for her. Her career is going to be filled with a lot of love, a lot of care. There's a heart on both of them. But then the pain card was the first thing I saw. And, I was thinking love, pain, or pain has never felt so good, or something along those lines. I don't know how that works with her career, but that's kind of what came through at first. Also, I do feel that people are going to really see how caring she is or how genuine her heart is. I don't really know Chaewon, so I don't really know what view people have of her, and I myself don't really have an opinion on her. So this is just the energy that came through. But again, with this pain card, although we have red and pink, so it's just with red we have like extreme passion, and passion can be painful, and you can find passion in pain. I don't anyway. And also with the pink we have a more gentle approach to this. Passion is like something a lot gentler, some love and care from a very smooth, soft place, I guess you could call it that. So I feel that in 2023 her career is going to be full of a lot of challenges, but all of those challenges bring her a lot of growth and bring her a lot of I feel she will rise above those difficulties and those challenges. Like if people are trying to put her in an uncomfortable place or put her in a difficult place, herself as a person will strive above that and will show how caring she is, how genuine she is, and how sweet she is as a person. So I do feel that the view that people will have on her for 2023 in her career is of someone that really cares about her job, about the people she works with, and also really cares about her image, but it's still genuine, right? Because with this love card, it definitely feels like love will trump all, and it also feels like someone that has a very big, bright heart. And with this sweetness, it really feels like people see how sweet she is or how caring she is, and that could bring her a lot of cookie points. And by that I mean like a lot of I guess blessings and a good reputation, basically. So now let's go on to the next person, what is in store for Sakura's career in 2023? We have disruption. So another pink card. So a gentle energy, very smooth, very caring. But with this disruption card, it kind of shows that in 2023, Sakura's career is going to be filled with a lot of bumps on the road. A lot of things are just not really going to work out. So disruption is supposed to be like a clash of energies, right? Is like there's something that she may want to do in her career, but it doesn't really quite work out. And that's because life is trying to do do a detour so that she goes down a different path that it's a bit more convenient and a bit more rewarding for her. At the bottom we have caution. So I do feel that a lot of the disruptions that she may encounter in her career could be because either she was very reckless when she was making her decisions, or the caution card could also, it's at the bottom of the deck. So the caution card could be coming up because life is bringing things just don't work out for a reason. So the reason why things could just not work out or things could be difficult and challenging for Sakura's career is so like that the universe can protect her from an uncomfortable working environment, or get her away from people that will not benefit her or will just make her feel like she doesn't belong or something along those lines. So the disruption card is to kind of move Sakura out of dangerous way, or move her, if you combine that with the caution card, is like if things don't work out, is to help her and to protect her and kind of make her not even encounter unnecessary issues, right? So that's why these two cards could have come up, kind of like intersecting paths and crossroads. So I also feel that if she wants to do something in her career but she's not 100% sure, she could go down one path, and if it doesn't work out, it's because the universe is trying to realign her to a path that is a bit more aligned with who she is and what she wants to do in her life. And that could be, again, another disruption or a detour in her path. It's not necessarily bad. Again, this is a pink card, so it's a very gentle, loving energy that comes through. It's a very gentle nudge and a little pat on the back of go this way. It's not bad. It's a very good card to have, but it could be a bit frustrating for us as individuals to see things just not work out. Anyway, let's go to the next person, which is Junjin. So what is in store for Junjin's career? We have creativity. So I guess, she just took out a song with a music video with her drawings and stuff. So maybe she will continue doing stuff on her own and will maybe do covers or stuff where she can allow her creative outlets to be free. Yeah, on the bottom we have comfort. So I do feel that she could do something very cozy. I got an image of her doing a 1 hour concert of sorts, and it's just her sitting down singing comfortably with fans. So I guess that could be a live stream or a very comfortable thing that she's doing on her own. She strikes me as an individual that doesn't mind pushing for her own agenda, and in this case I don't mean any hidden or alternative motives. I just mean that she's a type that is I want to share my music with the people, so I will push for the company to allow me to do that. So this is, again, nothing bad, but with this creative energy we have a light bulb, and also this makes me think of the Venus symbol, which is the symbol that we use for females, and that all makes me think that her creative mind is just overflowing, or there's a lot of it this year. So in her career we're going to see a lot of her creative side come out, her drawings, her music, her word choice, her actions, her dancing. All of it is going to be filled with her own creativity, with her own style, with her own unique ideas and her own message. I do feel that there will be a lot of messages that will come through with her creative outlets. Her light bulb is going to be on over and over because of how many ideas are coming through. And also this kind of looks like an eye, so maybe it could be because her third eye is opened, and that could kind of show that she is very connected to this side of herself that is very genuine, and this side of herself that is beyond what her senses can perceive, and also a side of herself that is able to see things very, very clearly. So all of those things allow her to be very creative and just trust her instincts and just do her own thing. So let's go on with the next person, which is Kazuha. Anyway, My Genshin side came out. Anyway, so what is in store for Kazuha's career in 2023? We have surrender. It's nothing bad. Calm down. For anyone out there that was like, what? Anyway, so with this surrender card, it feels like in 2023 she will just allow her mind to learn and to expand. So with the surrender card, we have an individual that finally lets go of the mentality that holds them back, that lets go of any limiting beliefs, any ideas or thoughts. Like if she was laser focused on I have to do this or I want to do this a certain way, she will finally let go of that energy and will open herself to new ideas, new people, new way of doing things, and all of those things will make her circle bigger and bigger and bigger. So she's expanding. She's becoming more open-minded in 2023, and she's finally surrendering to just trust in the universe and allowing things to happen the way that they have to happen. Yeah, on the bottom we have growth. So she's just allowing her mind to be more open. She's just allowing herself to be more flexible, and all of that is allowing her to open her focus, right? So I remember seeing this as someone that opens up their mind in such a way that they're not so laser focused on a certain goal. They're able to open up and see the bigger picture. So I do feel that the surrender card is just showing that in 2023, she's going to understand her career a bit better, and she's going to be more flexible in her career, and that will open her path to work with other people, to do new things, and that will also help her to finally break out of her bubble and see the bigger picture. So now she's going to have long-term goals that expand and go and are more flexible, so that allows Spirit to be able to help her more than just doing her own thing. And that will definitely bring her a lot of new opportunities and a lot of new people to work with as well. So now let's go on to the last person, which is Unche. Did I say that right? Unche. I guess so. So what's in store for Unche's career? Sure. Maybe not. Well, there's 4 cards. I can handle 4. So we have growth, energy, intuition, and anger. That's a lot of cards, but it's okay. So there's a lot of circles here. That makes me think that a lot of circles and eyes. So that makes me think that she's going to, her third eye is going to open up, and it's going to be very angry. Not because she's seeing bad things, but because she's seeing the reality of her life and her job and what is expected of her. And all of those things combined can make it very infuriating to her. But let me explain. So with this energy, this growth, and this intuition, it tells me that maybe her third eye is going to open this year, and she will grow as a person. Her ideas of who she is and her mind is going to grow. She's going to see things for what they are. So the situation she's in, the situation she will end up in, or stuff along those lines. Like she will be able to see her past, her present, her future. She will see her expectations, what other people have on her, and then expectations as like whatever her own dreams are for herself. And all of those things will make her see this new picture, this new life. And in her career, that could bring her a lot of anger, because she may feel like she is restricted, or she doesn't have as much freedom as she wish she could have, or the freedom that she knows she deserves. With this growth card and this energy, I do feel that in her career, she's going to see things from a different point of view. That's going to give her a taste of what freedom is, and it will be a bit challenging to bring herself back to her reality and realize that she's not quite where she wants to be yet. So what I'm saying is that she could see a goal or a path in her future that she wants to reach. And you know how they say that when you imagine your future, you have to think of the person that you are today, and also the person that you were in that goal or that vision that you had of the future. And the first thing that you can do is try to change and become that person you saw. I do feel like this is kind of where I'm getting at here with Unche. One of the things that she's happening is that she sees into the future, like, oh, this is who I could be, this is what I could have. And then this anger comes in because of her shortcomings and her lack and her not being able to be at that place right there and then. It's kind of like she sees this future of like, oh, I could have this, I could have that, this is the individual I could become, right? But then she comes back to her reality and she realizes there's a lot of growth that has to happen. There's a lot of energy and focus I need to put on myself and my environment to make those come true, but her third eye will open and she will see the truth. And the truth can be a bit angering to her because she may start seeing how much she lacks, how much she needs to grow, and how much she will mature. And all of those things can be a bit difficult because the only way that she will mature is by just going through her own experiences, and those experiences can be angering, can be sad, can feel lonely, or she's just growing through life and growing as an individual, and that's perfectly normal. She will go through that, but she will finally, with this intuition, she's going to see this new version of herself and what she could be and what she could have. And not having it could be what angers her. But also in 2023, she could just be angry that people are limiting her, and it's like she wants to do this, she wants to do that, and be free in her own individual self. And then the company could just tell her, well, sorry, but you're an idol and these are the expectations you have to fulfill. And that could anger her as well, because she may feel like the environment she's in is constricting her energy as an individual. And I feel that could be a common theme for her in 2023, is what is following the expectations that other people have on her, but also trying to be her authentic self and trying to find a balance between those two lines of what's expected of her and what she expects of herself, basically. So let's go on to the last question for this video, which is any advice or healing messages for the Sserafim for the 2023. We have full moon in Capricorn with the end of a tough cycle approaches. And we have new moon in Aquarius with bring love into the situation. So here we have two signs that are ruled by Saturn. So it seems like if there's any challenges or difficulties for the group this year, they're going to be quite stressful for the group, or it's going to be very big changes and shifts for them, because Saturn is a very limiting and constricting planet, but it's doing that to bring us structure and to help us see how to think outside of the box, and also how to work within our own shortcomings as individuals. So with these two cards put together, it kind of feels like they're reaching the point where they're finally tying loose ends. They're finally letting go of something difficult or some baggage that was weighing them down as a group. And the best way that they can overcome those challenges and those difficulties within this cycle is by bringing love into the situation, it seems. So being unapologetically themselves, being genuine, being sincere, being able to just not care what other people have to say, because they're living their own life and they know where they're coming from and where they want to go, and let go of those outside influences that are restricting them from doing what they want to do and from learning what they have to learn as individuals. And also with bringing love into the situation, we have this sense of the best advice that the group can have is to, yes, work within expectations and within the rules and within their contracts as individuals within the company, but also being able to push boundaries and be a rebels, because Aquarius energy is a rebel energy, right? It is the one that is thinking outside the box and pushing boundaries and trying to bend the rules so like that they are doing what they want to do, but technically they're not doing anything wrong, right? They cannot be told off, because it's like, well, technically, if you have someone that has Capricorn, Aquarius placements and they're put in the right place, you're reaching someone that will always go to technicalities. Technically this, technically that. So the best advice for the group in this year is to just be themselves, and that they should, rest assured that whatever challenges they're encountering right now will eventually come to an end. Like, they're learning what they have to learn. It's okay. But also, I mentioned that these two signs are ruled by Saturn. In, I guess, traditional astrology they are. But one of the things that Saturn has is that it's a very rewarding planet. So even though they're going through this difficult and these challenges of trying to structure them and trying to, I guess, teach them the lessons that they have to learn, it's also a planet that is very, very rewarding. It's like whatever Saturn took away from you so you could learn and grow as an individual, they will reward you by giving you whatever you felt like you were lacking tenfold. So I do feel that maybe they felt very restricted at first to show who they were, but eventually they will be able to open up and they will feel so comfortable and confident to show that side of themselves because of how much love they have to, how much nurture and love they had to give themselves after that. When there's no need to do that, they will already be abundant and give themselves way more than that, right? So it's this Queen of Pentacles energy, basically. So let's see, more advice and healing messages for them this year. We have full moon in Gemini with the answers you need are coming. So if they don't know how to go about their goals, or they don't really know how they can be themselves and be genuine, but also follow, I guess, a comfortable pace in their career, life is saying that eventually they will be able to balance this out. They're very close to understanding their position, understanding their environment, and also understanding themselves as individuals and finding the best way to have this duality of being themselves and also being able to cautiously be in the industry. I don't really know how else to word that, but I hope that makes sense to you guys. And also, this Gemini energy tells me that there will be a lot of talking, a lot of communication, and a lot of balancing who they are as individuals. Like these two sides of the mask that I wear in my career, and then the side of me that is truly me. And trying to find this balance where it's like I can have my boundaries set, but also be genuine with the people I'm with. It seems to be a very big theme for the group somehow. And one last card as advice for the sort of theme, we have Balsamic Moon with a time for healing. So I guess many of them are in a state right now where they really want to be genuine and show who they really are as people, but they don't really know how to do it within their industry. And it's kind of weird to me. I guess it makes sense since some of them have been in the industry for a while, so it's kind of normal, I guess, that they're already thinking like this. But this is usually the mentality that groups have later on, maybe when they're like 4 or 5 years within their career, because many of them by then have already lost the naive light of wanting to be on stage and finally debuting, and many of them lose that spark of innocence and I guess gullibility, right? So they already messed up and already went through their scandals, or they already went through their punishments of being reckless and doing their own thing, right? Of being dumb, young, and stupid, right? And 4 or 5 years later, they reach this state where they become a bit jaded because they have been molded within the expectations of the idol life, and many of them have been already kind of ingrained on being put on this box of those expectations. And that's when many of them start reaching a point where it's like, okay, who am I? And how do I fit within this environment? And then many of them start reaching a point where they start venturing in, I guess they have a bit more freedom since they become seniors of sorts, where they are able to kind of show who they are, and they already know how to be cautious within the industry, or they already know they already know how to pick their battles and be like, okay, I can say this thing that is going to get me a little bit in trouble, but it's worth it. Right? I said what I had to say. Or many of them reach a point where they know which words to say to express how they really feel and how they really view things, but people don't take it as, oh, this young dumb kid, and they actually go like, oh, that that was a burn, that was a clapback, or whatever, right? So all I'm saying is that right now the group is reaching the state where many of them are reaching that point where they're like, okay, I do not want to be molded by these expectations anymore. I want to know who I am within this industry, and I'm more aware of the consequences of my actions, and therefore I know what I can do to reach what I want to, how I want to be perceived, and all of those. Like, all I'm saying is like they're maturing within the industry, and they're combining their, the expectations and the conventions of their industry and who they are as individuals, and kind of coming to this middle ground, having a little bit of both, right? Anyway, I hope you guys liked this reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it. That was very tiring. I'm not saying Sserafim is in a bad place. They're in a pretty good place, but I do feel that these themes, they were not even heavy or difficult or challenging to talk about. They were just kind of, it's just exhausting to think how the industry is and trying to put that into words, because I don't know how much of this you guys will understand, since technically Sserafim has like, what, less than a year of being a group? I don't remember when they debuted, but it's not been that long, so I don't know how young you guys are within the K-pop industry and with the K-pop community, so I don't really have an idea of how aware you guys are with what I'm trying to say. So I hope you guys are not confused with what I was getting at, and I hope it made sense somehow. But regardless of that, I hope you guys enjoyed it, learned from it, or find it entertaining somehow. I'll see you in the next one, whatever that is, however that is. And also keep in mind that I will do more videos for Sserafim, so look forward to that eventually. They will be sprinkled out throughout this year, so make sure you check out these videos whenever they come out. And I am getting so sleepy and tired, but it's really like 6 p.m. where I'm at. Anyway, love and healing from my part to you. Thank you so much for all the love and support that you have brought to this video, and I know you will bring for the rest of the videos, since I'm expecting new people to come into the channel. So yeah, see you on the next one. All the love in the world I'm sending to you guys. Bye.